everyone, today I am doing a requested video which is a non-beauty favourites video. I very regularly talk about beauty and makeup, skincare, all that kind of stuff that I'm loving. I do that pretty much every month and you guys have wanted to see what my other favourite things are. I was gonna put it on my vlog channel and then I thought no, I'm gonna put it on this channel because I feel like sometimes on this channel you don't necessarily get to know me very well. I tend to talk about products and so I can be busy telling you about the product, like how much it is and whether it's good and whether it works, what I think of it. And sometimes you don't get to know about what kind of things I like outside of makeup, and I like a lot of other things other than makeup. It makes me sad that maybe we don't know each other as well as we could do, and sometimes I'll mention something that I like or that I'm into and people will reply and say, oh, I'm really surprised, I didn't think you were the kind of person that would like that. And I just think, I don't know, what kind of person do you think I am? It will be a good opportunity for you to get to know me a little bit more and know the kind of things that I like that are not just about what I put on my face. So my first favourite is actually the jumper that I'm wearing today. I didn't know whether to wear this in the video. I was like, do I look like an overgrown toddler wearing this jumper? Should I wear something else? I will stand up and then you can see it. So it's a jumper, like a grey, it's an American Apparel, it's not from American Apparel but it's an American Apparel jumper. It's got two ice cream cones and one says hi and the other says hello, and it's the softest, most comfortable, super relaxing jumper that I own. I've actually owned this jumper for at least 5 years. I think I've probably had it for closer to 7 years, and I don't know, I've never really worn it much in public. It's always just been one of those jumpers that I wear at home and I put on, and the reason it's a favourite this month, even though I've been wearing it for a long time, is that I found it again and I sort of rediscovered it. It was from a website called Fred Flair, and I remember I had to get it shipped to my friend in the States and then she sent it to me. So Heather, if you're watching this, hello. I don't know, there's just something about this jumper that really cheers me up and just makes me feel like comfortable if I'm having like a bad day, or even if I'm not having a bad day, if I just want to wear an amazing jumper with ice cream cones on it. I actually sent a picture of me wearing this today to my boyfriend Matt because he knows it as like the jumper that I wear when I just want to be comforted, and he was like, oh no, are you having a bad day? We've been renovating our house and we don't have wardrobes yet, so I have, no word of a lie, been working on a very limited wardrobe. I have tons of clothes but they were all packed away and in cases and there was no real structure to where I kept things. I've pretty much been existing in Zara thick riding pant type leggings and a plethora of different blouses for the last few months. I finally thought this is getting ridiculous and I set up some rails and I started properly unpacking my clothes so that I actually wear different things, and I found this, so it made me super happy. I've got another item of clothing that I wanted to share with you, and this is a little jacket, sort of more of a cardigan situation, but it's a little jacket from ASOS. It's meant to be a blazer but it's very thin. It's a grey material with this fluorescent coral or orange trim on it, and it was a super duper sale bargain. I'd actually had my eye on it for a long time, but it was orange with grey trim and I was like, do I need this, do I not? And I didn't purchase it, and then I remember Laura from Buy Now Blog Later blogged and she was like, oh, they're in the sale. Really easy to throw on and just makes you look a bit more presentable. And I've had a few professional, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I've had a few work things to do, and like I said, a lot of my clothes were packed away and I was just kind of in this bit of a rut with like, what do I wear that isn't a pair of Zara riding pants? But you can literally wear Zara riding pants, boots, a nice t-shirt and a statement necklace and that, and you actually look really presentable but kind of casual, so I've really been enjoying that. I wanted to mention this because a lot of people have seen this in the background of my beauty videos. It's usually there but the camera is usually up a little bit because I wanted to show my jumper off in this video, don't you know? But this is usually up there, and I get so many questions from people asking, where did you get the lipstick? What is that? Where can I buy one of those things? And I honestly don't know because this was a gift. It was a gift from the Urban Decay press team. It was when their lipsticks were launched, so this is why they sent this. You must be able to buy them because Urban Decay bought them to send to people, and the really fun thing about this is that it's actually a Hipflask. It's actually a Hipflask, but I guess you could call it a lip flask. Maybe that's what it's called, I don't know. But if you Google lipstick Hipflask, that's what this is, and you'll probably be able to get one. But I don't really use it as a hip flask, I just have it here. I'll put it back there in its rightful place. I don't drink very much. I'm not a big drinker, just because I like driving. I hate having to rely on other people or public transport. So if I go somewhere, I'm very happy not to drink. It doesn't bother me at all. But in the comfort of my own home, I do like to have a drink every now and again. But I like to make cocktails, and I really like beer as well. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not really a wine person. I love a good old beer, and it really frustrates me that people think that beer is somehow like uncivilized and it's like really manly. Like, I don't care, give me a beer. Anyway, I'm digressing right now. I like to make cocktails, and I really have to enjoy the taste of alcohol, you know, like I don't drink alcohol to get drunk, because literally one drink and I'm kind of like Recently, this video is not sponsored in any way, but recently I worked with Malibu on a new promotion that they've got, which is to do with this limited edition bottle. This brought back so many memories for me, because Malibu was the first drink that I ever had when I was of legal drinking age. So when I first started drinking, it was kind of like the thing that I would drink. I'd have Malibu and Coke. I went on a Spanish exchange to Mallorca, and we would go to the bars over there and like go out with the Spanish people, and they had Malibu and pineapple juice, or Malibu con piña, and I was like, oh my god, this is so exotic. And I thought I was really cool coming back to England. I lived in Wigan, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll have a Malibu con piña, and the guy was like, Coke, do you want a Coke? Because I worked with Malibu, they actually gave me one of these when I left, and it's the limited edition bottle. It comes out on the 14th of this month. I've just done the write-up for it. And it's by a designer called Sarah Olga. We don't really have a lot of alcohol in the house or a drinks cabinet or anything, because we've not been living here that long. So it was kind of like a blast from the past. I haven't had it in so long. I may or may not have gone and bought some pineapple juice and listened to a bit of Shakira and pretended I was 18 again in Mallorca. I've recently become obsessed with a TV show. It's semi-interfering with my day-to-day life, I'm not gonna lie. I watch a lot of it, and it actually keeps me up at night, and I've been really tired this month as a result. But the show that I'm talking about is Modern Family. Now, I don't know why, but I thought Modern Family was stupid. I was just like, nah, that's not for me. And I don't know what it was, but I sort of like, I don't really like a lot of American sitcoms. No offense to Americans, because I love Americans, a lot of my friends are American, but some of the American sitcoms have a slightly different sense of humour to sort of British sitcoms. British humour is more sort of sarcastic and dry, and it's just a difference in like humour, I guess. I love American TV shows, but the American TV shows that I like are not usually sitcoms. I love things like Curb Your Enthusiasm, I really like Community, Arrested Development, things like that, but like How I Met Your Mother, New Girl, I'm not really into that kind of humour. And so I just lumped Modern Family together with those, and I was like, oh, it's not really my thing. I remember I watched maybe 10 minutes of the pilot with Matt one day, and we were like, oh, we'll give it a go. And we started watching it, and I don't know if I was PMSing or I'd had a bad day or what, but I was just like, nah, I'm not into this, and we turned it off. I was so wrong. So wrong. I don't even remember what made us try again. I really don't know why we watched it again, but I've been hooked, and I've watched all of Modern Family. I have 3 episodes left, and then I'm up to date, and I'll probably watch them tonight, and then I'll probably sit and cry, but I am in love with it. I cry at the end of every episode. I cry at TV all the time, like even if it's happy, like I cry, and Matt laughs hysterically because I just can't stop crying, and he knows, he's like, oh, she's gonna cry now, and he turns around and I'm like, oh, oh. But I love Manny, Jay and Gloria. They're like my favourite family unit. I love Manny. He is my favourite character. He's amazing, and yeah, I just love Modern Family. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight when I've watched all of the last 3 episodes, but prepare for some tears if you follow me on Twitter, because it's going to be a sad time. The other TV shows that I've really been enjoying, first of all, I didn't watch it this month. I binge watched it on Valentine's Day with Matt. Who said romance is dead? Valentine's Day, we didn't do any of that. Let's go to a fancy schmancy restaurant. Let's go to Paris. We got Chinese food, and we watched all of House of Cards. We kind of bled into the next day because we've got to sleep as humans, but I just was like, yes, let's do this. House of Cards is I think the best looking, like shot the best way, the grading. I actually looked up who colour graded it because damn, that is some good colour grading. I just love everything about it. The sets, Kevin Spacey. Let's just have a moment and talk about Kevin Spacey, okay? I have loved Kevin Spacey for a long time. I studied American Beauty for my media studies A-level. Let's just say I love Kevin Spacey so much that he inspired me to get an A in my A-level. He's amazing, and I just honestly think that this role in House of Cards is like his defining moment. I think this is what he's going to be remembered for because it's so good. If you haven't watched House of Cards, you need to get Netflix just for House of Cards alone. Series 1 was the best thing I've ever seen. Series 2, I was on the edge of my seat. It's fantastic and everything about it is flawless. Like, I can't fault anything. I can't fault any of the acting, the casting, the shots, nothing about it. The other thing that I've really been enjoying, but I've only seen a couple of episodes because of my Modern Family addiction, is True Detective, and we're gonna carry on watching that when Modern Family ends tonight. The next thing that I've been getting into recently is Tumblr, and I've been on Tumblr for years and years and years. I've had it for a long time. Twitter and YouTube were always my drugs of choice, so I was never really that much of a Tumblr addict, but I have recently given my Tumblr page a bit of a refresh, so if you don't follow me on Tumblr then go and follow me, I guess. And if you know any really good Tumblrs to follow, then let me know as well. I'm going to talk about 2 iPhone games now. My boyfriend Matt got addicted to an iPhone game called Threes, and he passed that addiction on to me, and then my mum and dad came to stay with us and we got my mum addicted, and it's getting quite serious now. So the game's called Threes, and both of the games that I want to talk about are actually paid apps, and I know some people really hate paying for apps. I have no problem paying for apps because the way I see it, a team of people or just one person have spent weeks or months, sometimes years of their lives making apps for people to use. I would never just go into a bookshop and take a book off the shelf that someone spent years writing and then be like, what, you want me to pay for this? Or like go into a sofa shop and be like, okay, I'm just gonna take this home and sit on it. You're paying money for something that someone spent a lot of time on, so I really don't mind. I also hate the adverts that pop up when you download the free version of something. I'd much rather pay £1 or £2 or something and never have anything pop up and have a really good looking game and a really nice experience, and it's like a lot of thought has gone into it and they're not just trying to hammer you with adverts. Flappy Bird. Everything about Threes is very nice, and it's essentially like a tile game. It's really hard to explain, but if you download it you can watch the demo. It's very good. I'm gonna try and make it make a sound. You hear that?
So,
Hello.
hello.
Alright, what?
I can't stop playing it, and it does get very
Tired.
See? That's very bored if you don't play. When you get into it, you get very addicted and you can't put it down. The other game, this is something that Matt has just been playing and he's just completed it and I've now got it on my phone, is the best looking iPhone game I've ever seen, and it was designed by people from London actually. It's called Monument Valley and it's beautiful. It's sort of MC Escher inspired, so you are sending this girl up a series of structures, but it's absolutely mind-blowing how beautiful it is. It's really well done. There's a lot of thought gone into it. So if you like playing iPhone games but you're also really into design or graphics, then this is a beautifully made game, and I think it's the #1 app at the moment in the App Store. I think it's about £2.50, so it's kind of on the higher end of games, but you know, like I said, you can tell so much work has gone into it. It's fantastic. The other thing I've really been enjoying is buying bits and pieces for the house. We went to IKEA, I bought some new cushions for the living room and also like a shelf thing above our bed, which I'm really liking. I'm doing a bit of DIY at the moment and I'm really getting into it. And the last thing is that I've been listening to a lot of Brand New this month because we're actually going to see them in a couple of weeks, so I'm really looking forward to that. I've been listening to Brand New and drinking Malibu and reliving my teenage years. So that was my first non-beauty favourites. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you want me to continue doing these. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!